that's not really gonna affect the markets too much. We are approaching that 3,500 level. We can already see the orders piling up there, right? So let's be careful around that. Quick little thing set up real quick. Yeah, but pretty much overnight held right nice and smooth over the 200 EMA. We kind of just pumped right through, coming and approaching that 3,500 level, and then we're bouncing off. Obviously, very normal. It's a psych level. Every $10 and every $100, they just act as psych levels. Like there's no proper reasoning behind it except the fact that people get worried about whole numbers. But yeah, ES is moving nice and smooth. I like it. Went from one support and resistance level to the next. Nice clean move. See. Bounced off here. We might get some little hesitation right here, but again, once we break through that psych level, I think we should be good. But pretty much overnight is where all the moves are happening recently. But that's normal, right? Like, and again, to look at the algo, we had an alert 625. Obviously, you guys know I only trade after 8, but this caught the move perfectly, right? Even if you just took it from here to here, you still get like what? About 5.25 points, which is still good. But obviously, when the market's like trending and pushing like that, you want to be able to hold for a little while and just make your stop loss level 3, and then just try to run it through. And it's holding above that 21 EMA as well, very nicely. Good morning, Dragon. Once you see price moving up on the dome right here, guys, on the side, you'll notice that at 3,500, there's a high amount of orders piling up. Good morning, Manditch. Let me just move my mic up, actually. That might make a big difference. Forgot about that. Okay. We might see a little bit of a dip at the open because obviously we made a nice pump up. So if they were holding their positions, now's a good time for them to close their positions out and then re-enter, right? Obviously, tick chart, short-term trend going down at the moment. We are open right now, so let's see what they want to do. A nice pullback down would be perfect, right? And then we can continue that move to the upside. This seems like a more stable week. I'm hoping that we can start trending again instead of just chopping around and having those issues in the morning session like we have been. So let's definitely see what we can find today. Good morning, Chuck. Primarily what I'm going to be looking for today, nice pullback down, We could pull back down to like the overnight high volume node for around 3482. That'd be very nice and smooth. And then we could potentially just continue this trend to the upside. Good morning, Chris. If it can come down to 34, like 82, 83, right around that range, that'd be the perfect pullback. Obviously, in the 500 tick chart, trying to see a little bit of a bounce off of the 200 EMA on there. We'll see. Mm. 83% on the day so far. Nice, Enzo. I know you trade the early mornings, right? Since you get up early, so you probably caught these nice moves because that nice move, like I was talking about before, happened at like what 6:30 or so. That's when the trend really made that big shift. Around 6:25, kind of run right up. Nothing wrong with staying conservative, man. As long as you're still able to bring in the profits, right? That's what matters at the end of the day. That's why they say like the whole compounding interest theory, right? Just even getting that 1% a day is more than enough because it adds up over time. Yeah, Chris. The early morning alerts have been getting better and better lately. Usually it's like after 8, that's when I usually trade them, but like early mornings the alert it's moving lately for some reason. Like I don't know for the exact reason why it's always moving around 6:30 to 7:30, but that's been the trend for the past few days, but long term wise, it's normally after 8 a.m. That's when you find better good moves. Yeah, you can get push notifications on the alerts. So if you just go to TradingView and then click on the alerts tab, you can just set it to, if you want an email for it, just push notifications to your phone or anything like that. Yeah, I'll show you guys real quick, 1 second. If you just click this little alert button right here, you'll be able to make alerts on TradingView, and all you have to do is select, you know, enhanced trades algo, and then whichever alert you want, alert buy, alert sell, once per bar close or once per bar, it's up to you. And then you can hit notify on app, show up right on the screen, send you an email, send email to your phone, like, or just play the sound, right? And then you can make the message whatever you want. It's like, hey, check on ES now, or enter now, whichever one, right? You can customize it. That's the benefit of TradingView. That's why I love it so much, the customization aspect. Notifications are super simple. Yeah, Chuck, there'll always be another trade. That's why, like, I really don't care about what happens in the overnight because I don't trade them. But yeah, Chris, learning TradingView is super simple, man. Like, they make everything so easy. Like, the minute you open up the chart, you'll be able to, like, pick up on it by yourself, like, even without a tutorial or anything. Yeah, there's no reason to, because, like, you should only be missing it, like, feeling like missing out on something if you know, like, hey, that's never gonna happen again. But trading, guess what? It happens, like, every day, multiple times. Like, you just gotta wait. Yeah, it is web-based, so that you can use it anywhere. I see people using it in their, like, Teslas now. Yeah, man, because on Teslas, you can honestly just pop up the web browser, right? And you can just go on Chrome or whatever, and then you can just like open up the TradingView website, and you'll have it right on your screen. That's why I low key do want to get a Tesla. But then again, I don't think it's the safest thing because if I want to look at my charts while I'm in my car, better to be the passenger, not the driver. Yeah, you can trade while your car drives you, right? Yeah, man, they're very cool cars. Like, I think tech wise and looking at all that, I think Teslas are like legit like amazing. But my only thing is, like, since I do like normal cars, like, I like the sound of an engine. Like, that is one thing. And that's like one of the things, like, you can't really get from Tesla. Yeah, they're fast for sure, but like having that feel, you press the accelerator down, you feel your whole car. It's a different feeling, right? Damn, I didn't know that they got the perfect score on their SUV. That's good news for them. And I think as the years go by, right? Because, like, right now, well, mainly they're not just a car company; they're a tech company, right? Because, like, they gather data from driving around on the roads. All their Teslas record the data of how the driving conditions are, where these driving conditions happen. Like, they're gathering all this data so that they can make autonomous driving even better. So once they get to that point, guess what? Since they're already ahead of the game by like 10 years on anyone, like even car companies like Mercedes and Audi say that themselves. They're like, yeah, their technology is like ahead of the game. And they can easily do a licensing deal to the other car companies saying, hey, we'll give you the tech that lets you drive by yourself on your cars and we'll license it to you. Guess what? That's big revenue right there. We are a little bit sideways right now and totally understandable because we really do have to test that 3500 level. And then once we break through that, come back down, that's when we might see ease of movement. Personally, right now, I really would like to see a nice pullback down. Test some of our support areas and then possibly get in then. Catch one nice move and then be done for the day, right? But for that, we just got to be patient, wait it out. Let's just check on the news real quick again. Happening today. And mainly the only reason we're rising right now, again, mainly stimulus talks. That's the main issue right now. What's up, Sergio? These Pelosi says stimulus talks remain at impasse. I don't know what that word is. But as White House calls for separate vote on the PPP funds, at least they're talking instead of just saying I'm not gonna sign any deal, right? That's definitely gonna help us out. But I don't know, guys. For some reason, my gut feeling always tells me that this ride back up that we had since March will come to an end, and then we will have to come down again. Like maybe after the election, because that's really the biggest thing this year, right? So we'll see. What do you think about the 12,000 NQ? Let me just pull up my charts real quick. I mean, 12,000 for NQ is a key level, but it doesn't act as strong because NQ tends to break out of these levels pretty quickly. ES is the one that struggles with these like the whole numbers more. NQ tends to run through them a bit more. And that's just the nature of NQ, right? It loves being more volatile than the ES completely. So it's like we'll get some sellers there for sure, like to pile up at 12,000 for the NQ, but I don't think it'll be as much as so for the ES. That's when we'll have like a little bit of divergence. It was a good weekend, man. Kind of just stayed at home, kind of relaxed. Kind of forgot what I did. Now that I'm thinking about it, what did I do? Like Sunday, I was just relaxing at home. Oh yeah, Saturday, I wasn't feeling too well. I think I was just tired. I don't know. Didn't get enough sleep the night before, and kind of just yeah chilled at home. I think this weekend, I just pretty much chilled at home. Yeah, I got the car fixed. Thank you, Mandich. Forgot about that. Yeah, the car got fixed on Saturday afternoon, so everything's good now. I don't have to run back and forth and help anybody out now. Like crude oil is tanking right now. I know Lewis trades crude oil. I don't know if he's watching today, but that thing is tanking. I kind of like the fact that we're pushing down a little bit, guys. Like that means like we have potential, just make this a nice pullback and then we can just ride it out after that. So that'll be what I'm waiting for today. Most likely we could get a nice alert later on. And I'll get in on that, play it out, dip, and be done. Keep things simple. I don't think today is like the best day for scalps at the moment. A lot more resistance on both sides, right? Price isn't jumping back and forth. It's kind of just hovering, slowly taking its ticks. Volume's pretty normal as well, so it's like we'll see. And remember we're in that morning range. I know I didn't draw it out, but I always see it in my head, right? That morning range is when price, high volumes there, pressure from both sides, and we might end up getting stuck there for a little bit before we finally make that move out or get some momentum. So always be careful when you're in that range. If you're just a tick player where you're just like going for a tick or two ticks, then yeah, then you're completely fine. But when you're going for a couple points, that's when you might get burned. I mean, Enzo, you've been doing well in the pre-markets, man. From the past couple of days, from what you said, you've been doing well, so you can continue that. And you have the ability to wake up early, so that's always a plus, right? Yeah, the market open, like that's when we can catch like big moves, but then like pre-market, you'll catch like smaller moves, so that's the only thing, right? It depends on what are you looking for, what's your personal goal exactly. For me, I like catching the big moves and then being done and just being in one trade for the day. But sometimes that just requires me to wait. Some people love scalping more, where they just go for that quick ticks every single time. So there's multiple different ways, but just gotta stick to something that's working for you. And if pre-market's working for you, stick it out. Chuck, I don't trade the Russell personally because it's like they all kind of tell you the same thing. That's why I just stick to it, the ES when I enter contracts. It's like NQ, ES. They're all, all the market's going to be on the same side. There's very few times where big divergence is happening, but that's the main reason. Yeah, man, if you can catch 2 to 10 points, that's a good day. Especially if you start trading the regular contracts instead of the micros. 2 to 10 points, perfect. If you can do that consistently every day, or every day is gonna be harder, right? You're always gonna have those mistakes happen in the markets, but overall, that would still give you a good income. So, Chuck, majority of opens, it depends on what happened in the overnight session. If the overnight session pumped up, like it had a nice swing high, right? That's when we tend to see a little bit of sell off and then cool down, like you guys are saying, and then continue that move, right? But when the overnight session's weak, that's when the market can go either direction. And when the overnight session sells off, that's when we kind of become strong in the New York session because they're like, hey, this is undervalued, so let's buy it up, pump it up. And that's how it works, right? Yeah, I don't trade the open anymore unless like I get an alert. But that too, it's like very rare. It needs to be like a perfect alert. But if I realize the open isn't meant for me, that's why I always draw the range out and I sit here. But considering my bias today is or just to pull back and come back and try to catch a move to the upside, I'm probably not going to go for any breakout scalp today. Yeah, the open is very dangerous, guys. Like, I think the open, if you're trading like the 30-second charts, then you're okay because then you're catching quick moves, and that is a time frame that bigger institutions do use and like to use, 30 seconds. But it's very, it's not worth the risk to me. Why not just wait 15 minutes and, try to find a better move? I don't think it's gonna go down to those levels today. If it does, then that's concerning to me, to be honest, because that's a big drop. Yeah, exactly, Chuck. It's not worth giving him back our profits, right? No, Tiefland Columbus Day doesn't really affect the markets too much. You might just have a slightly less volume, but not really. Because in most places, Columbus Day isn't really considered. It's a holiday, but it's not something that they get a day off for or anything. It's only very few companies actually give you off. I think most banks are still open. I think just very few are closed today. Today is Columbus Day, but it's not one of those holidays that really affects the market. It's our Thanksgiving in Canada. Happy Thanksgiving. I didn't know that actually. Yeah, but like some of the major holidays that really affect the markets are MLK Day, President's Day, Good Friday, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas and New Year's. So, well, nothing in October. Um, Next one is Thanksgiving. That's November 25th or 26th. Then Christmas, December 24th to like December 26th. Want to keep that range because people are always spending time with their families, which they should. Um, and then obviously New Year's, not the best day to trade. Avoid those days, guys. Like genuinely take off and enjoy your time because trying to trade the markets during those times not worth it. Yeah, that is pretty much the same. But you gotta have mac and cheese, guys. You gotta have mac and cheese. I think that's one of my favorite things about Thanksgiving, the mac and cheese. I'm not the biggest fan of turkey. I'm a person that likes chicken more than anything else, personally. But Thanksgiving, I like the sides more than anything else. Stuffing, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, all that stuff. Oh, that's awesome, Chuck. I'm sure you'll have an awesome time now. Wait. Oh, how do I get the volume histogram on the right? Well, you can just go to chart settings, I believe. Let me see. Where was my setting? I always forget these settings, man. Um, 1 second. We can figure this out. Nope. Pretty sure. What did I do to get that? I think I might have just. No, I didn't do that. Dude, I love Mediterranean food. I love getting platters and like trying all their food out. I think you can just go through volume, right? Go and it might have just. I think I might have done it through the volume profile, to be honest. When I set it up, because this I forgot. It's been a while since I did it. Let me see. Click the volume profile. Yep. drag the volume profile all the way to the right, and then just play with the settings, right? You don't need to show POC line, you don't need anything like that. And then you just drag out normally. I really forgot these settings. This isn't one of my strong suits, playing with all the settings, because once I set it up, I kind of don't mess with stuff. But let's see, Dragon says chart settings, okay. Chart settings, histogram, okay. Yep. Thank you, Dragon. Yep. Yeah. Obviously, I'm not the best with like explaining the chart settings and like setups like that, but because once I figure it out, I usually watch a YouTube video when I'm setting stuff up, and then I kind of keep it the way it is. Too dark, okay. I mean, that's because I have like a dark background, and I think it's because, you know. Let's see. I don't know if I can change that. Yeah, I don't know if it'll let me do that. Maybe on the stream it's just a lot lighter, but for me, I can see it pretty clearly. I think it might just end up breaking up because like it pulled down, couldn't break through. Most likely considering we were trying to make that push up, right? I could consider this move to get in, to be honest. Because once we break above that, 3,500 level, we should be like pushing through. And 3,500 lost all the sellers that it piled up there before. Because there was like 1,000 floating orders at 3,500 before on the dome, and now that's not there. Sellers disappeared. I like seeing that. Gonna place my orders here, and then let's do a nice little drag and drop. F087. Okay. We might end up pushing through completely. I'm gonna take one contract off at 503.25, and the next contract I'm gonna take it off at 35.0875. We might end up, jumping back and forth here a little bit just because of the 500 level, but we also have the ability to just completely push through. Those orders really disappeared. Because like when I was watching pre-market and everything, 3,500, there was 1,000 plus orders floating there. So we'll see how this goes, right? We might battle it out here. So let's just see how it plays out. Because as long as price holds above that key level that we have right there, I think we should be good. And I pretty much just got on in this just because of my algo alert. So let's see if we can continue that momentum and, you know, make that nice push up. And keep you out of this trade, okay. I mean, we might see a little bit of resistance just because it is a key level area, but that's when your risk comes in, right? As long as we can continue to hold price, and we might move slowly just for a little bit, but then we might get that big push through. Because once price like a candle holds above 3,500, that's when we get like that big push. There's some sellers piling up at 34.99.25, but it's not a crazy amount of orders. It's only like 300. We should be able to break through that, which they just got taken out right there. It's just that 3,500 level, guys. That it's still acting as a nice little psych level. We're getting some market orders to step in, but it might end up being a slow grind, but I think we should be able to push through. As long as it doesn't close, making that double top, I'll be happy. 9 and 21 cross, that's a good signal. I'm happy with hearing that. I just want to make sure that this double top gets broken through, even by a tick, because that gives me a little bit of confirmation that, hey, buyers are still strong. Because double tops, I personally, dude, I hate double tops. Yeah, I mean, taking trades to the resistance level is a bit more risky, but the thing is that once we played around it for a little while and bounced back and forth between it, we are going to make that move, right? We're never going to stick at the resistance level for too long. After it bounces back and forth, because let's see, what did it broke through clearly once, because that means, hey, I wanted to push, held above it, and then sellers stepped in just a little bit, but buyers wanted to step back in. So that move is there. So yeah, because right now this was our false breakout, right? Broke through, came back down. Now the second test, that's when we can see a nice jump. And if we look at like the bigger picture, right? Nice uptrend. And if we can even draw that line out, right? Let's see. Connect the dots here. Nice upward momentum. Candles are holding strong. I like seeing that. It's really just holding above that 3,500. I think the minute we have like a candle close above 3,500, like a pure candle, like above it, that's when we'll see that big run up, right? Will you ever take a trade if you think you can only get 1-to-1 out of it? If I can get 1-to-1, that's still fine, right? Like I prefer to get more than that because I like having a positive risk to reward. But if it's still going to be 1-to-1, I will take it at times. Like, I don't have an issue with that. But it's also like market conditions where it's like, hey, are we moving? Are we in like a trending market? If we are, then I'm like, I have no problem with that. But if it's like a choppy market, then I'm like, hey. What's up, PD Legend? Did you sell on 3,500? That's up to you, right? Did you enter a while back? Like, did you get the profit that you're looking for, or are you still waiting it out? Because like you should always have your things measured out, right? You got a quick 10 points, Sergio? That's nice, man. Congrats. Let's see if we can hit that first target. Only like 2 points away from it. These are nice pullbacks, right? Pull back, nice moves. Oh yeah, you're trying to enter 3501 to sell? Okay. I mean, if you're going for like a 1 point scalp, you might be able to get away with that. But we are seeing heavy pressure on the dome. I don't like that. 1,400 orders at they're back. The sellers are back. I might end up taking it out, to be honest. That's too much pressure. Let's see. See how we're holding right now. 1,400 orders, not healthy. I'm taking this out if we hit my break. Oh, they disappeared. Yeah, those guys were just trying to mess with like the institution's algorithms by placing those orders. But that's why I always keep an eye out on the dome just to see those crazy orders, right? But since they took it out, that means they saw weakness. Buyers say, "Hey, we're stepping in strong." So that's good to see. That's good to see now. It's just that 3,500 level, guys. Like once we start holding the price above 3,500, say like if we close the candle closes completely above 3,500, right? That's when we'll see. We should see, right? I can't say we will, but like should be good. Yeah, we'll get a good push because that psych level has been broken and people have that confidence to run it through. And on the daily charts on the algo, like its second target, level 2 target is at 3510. So that's a point where we're gonna see a little bit of resistance. So we'll see how this plays out. Like if I show you the daily charts, right? This is the daily charts for the ES, and we got that alert right there, 3,400. Riding it out very nicely, nice and smooth, strong candles. We're bullish. And we have broken through 3,500 before without much resistance, right? Like here, the last time we broke through it, became like a kind of a high of the day, but then we broke through it. So not like a new high for us, so it's not something like that, but it's just a psych level. We're just gonna see a little bit of back and forth, but I think we should be good if we just stay patient. Unless I see a completely weak candle popping up, then I might have to reconsider everything, but if not, then I have no problem holding. Because NQ got its alert as well, so it's like NQ just got its alert like at 10:15. ES got its alert at 10 o'clock, so it's like ES is leading, NQ is following, so that now that they're coming in to be in sync, that's more confidence for us, right? It's just that I want to see how many sellers are going to be here. Can we ride them through, ride them out? Sellers have shifted to 3502. They're giving up on that 3500 level. Okay, that's interesting. They're really testing the waters today. Definitely gonna be cautious after like another 5 minutes or so, because like if I see sellers constantly piling up like that, not good. Yeah, 3500 will be a resistance point just because it's a psych level, guys. Like it's normal. Every 10 points and every 100 points on the ES is psych levels all the time. Yeah, if it breaks, it does break hard though. That is the thing. That's why I was comfortable getting in, because I knew once we break above it, it should be a nice, easy move. And the tick chart, strong as well. I like seeing that. It's bouncing back and forth, but still strong. Let's see if we can get our first contract filled at least at 3503.25. Once we get that push, we're gonna get it. Like it's gonna be rapid. Once the sellers finally start giving up, that's when we're good. Let's just see. We're making new highs every single time on the candles, right? Candles aren't getting weaker. Good, that's good to see. If candles do get weaker, that's when I might reconsider. But as of right now, they're still pretty strong. They're making a new high on each candle and they're struggling a little bit, but that's completely okay with me because that means the buyers still want to push. See, break one more tick real quick. Let's see. I still got 4 minutes on the candle left. Let's see how it plays out. Again, right now it looks like a double top, but wait for the candle close, right? Let's go. Our first target will give us about like 5 points. All right. Be at 503.50. Gotta be patient. Yeah, NQ is getting a little weaker. That is true. No, it's live. The only delay should be probably like 2 to 3 seconds, but that's just with any stream, right? Because I have it at ultra low latency, meaning that it should be providing it the fastest as possible. I would just check on your video if you click the live button at the bottom, because then you should have it dragged all the way to the right, right? Okay, guys, if you look at the dome right now, like look at my mouse right here, we had some buyers that were stepping in at 3,500, piling up there, but then they removed themselves. That's interesting. Wait, really? They got hacked? I mean, I don't have any type of... I have like a very tiny account when they first came out, right? Check. I mainly use like E-Trade, Thinkorswim, and TradeStation, but I did have like a Robinhood account at one point. Oh man. Okay, they got liquidated. Yikes. Good thing I didn't have anything invested, right? I use TradeStation for that. I don't even think you can call Robinhood, can you? It was just like all based on email and can we just hit our first target already? Like I don't know what's taking so long. Go. Oh yeah, if you're serious about trading, Robinhood is not the broker you want to be using. I mean, they're gonna do the same thing like they did last time, right? Where they said, because when they didn't calculate it in for the leap year, they're just gonna be like, oh, okay, we'll give you like $10 worth of credit, even though you lost like thousands or a couple, 10,000s, right? That was a response. Yeah, man, that was their fix. They were like, oh, we'll give you like $10, don't worry. Yeah, dude, their fills aren't that great. People love trying to trade options on them. I'm like, dude, the data you're getting is a lot slower. Like I had it hand in hand, side by side, because like I use E-Trade for options, and the prices were completely different. I was like, there's no point in ever using Robinhood if you're serious about anything. Yeah, there was a kid, Lois, that did commit suicide because he saw his account balance be like negative, like 700,000 because he was like leveraged and everything. But like shouldn't, and that was like a glitch too, I believe. Because he wasn't supposed to be having that much buying power to begin with. Yeah, this year oils that definitely was a thing to remember, right? I was completely shook when I was like oil went negative. Yeah, man, nobody thought it was possible, but hey, I was surprised the charts were built to actually view it. I didn't know like you could see the negative on the charts. Super interesting. It really does, guys. Like I'm just waiting. I know NQ is getting a little weaker, but I think we might be able to hold. I really do wanted to hit that first target. Because then at least we can secure half the bag. Jim, any trick secrets on how you determine reversals early? Well, I'm mainly right now, I use my algo, but if I'm trying to predict like reversals, which I don't really play reversals often, it's mainly using price action. Look, easiest way, look for your support and resistance areas, then look for your double top and triple top situations, and then see if the volume's connected with it. If the volume's connected with it, then you're pretty much in good hands. And then if you look at your delta showing, hey, heavy seller pressure coming in, that's a good indication of a nice reversal happening. But for this play right here that I got into, it was purely my algo. Obviously, the link is down below in the description. Um, yeah, just enter one tick above just to avoid double tops here, and then just ride it out, right? Would have failed. Hey, look at that. We got our first contract filled. Let's see if we can get to the second one. Dragon, do you know if you use all debit spreads or do you just take a regular call? Because I mean, I don't know why you invested 30K into a $2 spread, but normally you can, if you do a vertical call spread, you're allowed to let them expire. That's how you get get your money from it. That's weird that that happened. I don't know, but yeah, you shouldn't be betting money that he can't afford, right? Oh, it expired out of the money. Yeah, gotta be careful. When I do call debit spreads, mainly what I do is pretty much the guaranteed stuff. I pick a trending stocks only like Apple, Amazon, Tesla maybe sometimes depending on the news, but 1 week to 2 weeks, and then try to be in the money all times that way because so options are risky if you're just playing the regular call options and the regular put options, but if you do spreads, your risk is measured out completely and you'll be able to see it properly, and then you're able to cash out as long as the price holds above that level, right? It's not something I would put too much money into, but I do it from time to time just because it's nice, easy. Like it's a simple way of doing things, especially if you know, hey, the stock has a potential to grow and hold above. Oh, he did not exercise. Okay, on the side. Okay. Yeah, most people do sell it pretty quickly, so it's like it depends. As long as the main thing is making sure you're in the money. That's the main part that matters. Never stretch to a point where you're expecting price to reach. Pick the price that it's at right now, and then see if hey, you know this can push higher. Then pick an option that it's on, you know, in the money at the moment. Yeah, if you're doing regular calls and puts, then yeah, definitely sell it. But I have held them sometimes. It depends on the option strategy as well. So you lose what you put in. Yeah, that's your max loss, right? Say you buy an option for like 300 bucks, you can only lose 300 at the end of the day. So if you put 30,000, well, you got to be prepared to afford to lose 30,000, right? Can we just hit the second target? Yeah, definitely, man. That 3,500 will be pretty annoying for a little while, but the fact that we're finally starting to hold above it, love seeing that. We might see a little bit of sellers, but I think we're still in good hands to make a good move to the upside. You're done for the day, Chris? Enjoy your day, man. Yeah, once this target gets hit, I'm gonna hop off too, to be honest. I don't want to look at anything after this. Just waiting for that little buyer support to pop in. We'll end up getting a big candle out of nowhere. They're gonna want to fight it out right now. They need to establish a ground and say like, hey, we want to push higher. And today is just might not just be like a fast day, but still, we'll see. If we hit that second target, we'll have what's our profit level at this point? Another 500 or so. So we'll have like 750 in the bag.
And if you guys could hit that like button, guys, I would really appreciate it. Gotta break that YouTube algorithm. Gotta make this big, right? We got a little bit of some more subscribers over the weekend. I'm happy about that. It's alright, man, Ditch. It's normal to forget, right? It's really raining hard outside. It's a gloomy day outside, guys. Trying to see. I was hoping today would be a nice day to go outside and everything, but I guess not. You're heading out, Enzo. Have a nice day, man. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, man, Mandich, that happens to everyone here, right? We all get caught up in trading. That's our main focus. That's why I always end up asking for likes after everything's like kind of easing down, slowed down a little bit. I'm not gonna be asking like 9:30 when everyone's like looking at the markets like strictly, right? What can you say about your algo or a link, please? Well, yeah, the link right is right down below. And essentially what the algo is it's going to be predicting moves on all time frames. For stocks and everything, I swing trade them. So I use the 1 hour time frame and the daily time frames. And then for futures, I trade them in the 5-minute time frames. But all the rules are set up. There's YouTube videos on how you can use it. But essentially, it's built on finding the pre-momentum moves, just like this one that we see. And we have a profit-taking system in place. So if you see, right, we measure out level 1, you can take your profit. Level 2, you can take your profit. And level 3, you want to ride it out. But again, the white line would be your entry, red lines would be your stop losses, and you're going to move your stops up as you move and break through each level, right? Once you hit level 1, you can move your stop up to break even. Level 2, move it up to level 1, and then level 3, take it out or ride it through and then make level 3 your stop. But risk to reward is always measured with this system. Sorry, wrong button. So say you you want to go for the full move, right? That's what our predictions are, where price is expected to go. Your risk to reward will be 2.1, right? You're risking 1 to get 2.1. That's good risk to reward ratio because risk management is super important. And then as you move up, you start moving your stop up as well. You know, now your risk to reward gets even better. And then once you hit this target, you want to move your stop up here. That way, say a reversal happens, not really ever risking much, right? So if you're at break even, obviously I can't move it to break even on the risk to reward measurement, but you get what I'm trying to say. And all these profit taking lines automatically draw themselves after every alert pops up. Mainly for the ES, I kind of just trade, you know, in the mornings between 8 and 12. And those are the only alerts I take. And the backtesting results for that and everything have been posted in the Discord. There is a link towards it. So you can click that link. There's a whole Google Sheets file that you can check out and check out all the trades and the prices on and the dates. So you can, you know, check it for yourself, right? Yeah, I can post another link in the chat for you guys. And if you're completely new and you want to get a free trial for it, just DM me on Discord or send me an email, and I'm more than happy to set up a trial for you guys. And you guys can test it out and see how well it works, right? This is what I use as a system I use to trade stocks, futures, and everything else. I have a few people that trade Forex specifically with this system, and they love it. And they're so happy that they can use it because, you know, some of them actually just have a full-time job and they're working there. They like the swing trading aspect of it as well, and the fact that the targets are provided and exactly where price will go to and where price will react. So it's like, hey, that stress level is gone. You're mainly just following a system that's built out and does all the work for you. Identifies where the market's going, when to enter, where to place your stop loss, and when to take your profit. Those are the big three big things with trading, right? And a lot of people tend to guess. It's like, oh, I can take it up here, I can take it up here. I'm just writing it out. But you need to be able to have measured moves, and that's super important. And that's what this algo does. And that you guys saw me enter purely based on the algo alert today. Took it off at level 1 just because I wanted to grab some profit and put it in the bag. I could easily, and I'm waiting it out to hit level 2. But very soon I'm going to be moving my stop up to break even. That way, even if it reverses, guess what? I still have some profit in the bag and I'm not losing anything. Risk management is very crucial, and I realized that a lot of people were struggling with risk management and not understanding it. That's why I've put a really big focus on risk management when I built the system out, because it's really going to help you in the long run. Because if you're risking like $100 to only make $50, guess what? The one time you lose $100, you're going to have to work twice as hard just to break even. But when your risk to reward is in your favor, which they are with the algo, you're going to be able to, even if you take a hit one day, you're still in good hands because that risk reward, hey, 2 to 1, right? You can miss one, you'll still be in profit. That's super important. And I have a lot of people that message me, like, ask me questions all the time when they're trading as well, and I mentor them. I have no problem helping everybody out. And sometimes my messages might be delayed because obviously I'm going to be busy with everything, but I'll always end up answering. So right now we're approaching our second target. Let's see if we can hit it, and then we can close up shop for the day. But yeah, if you guys want that free trial, let me know. Just message me. Yeah, man, Lewis, I completely agree. Yeah, that's everyone. Hey, man, when I first started out, I blew through my accounts as well. I got scared. I was like, but then I was like, well, this makes sense because I started learning about risk management and my risk to reward ratios. And that's when I really noticed the big difference. Because, like, hey, and that's the main reason I kind of stopped scalping now, too, because this market isn't built for proper scalps because my risk to reward ratio isn't in my favor. And that's why I'm just going back to waiting for my alerts and just trading those, right? You only need one trade a day. So yeah, man, Chuck, just because you missed out on one doesn't mean you can't catch another one, right? You'll always be there's, like you said in the morning, there's always another move. So let's see if we can hit it, get that target. Yeah, but risk management is a huge focus for me because I realize so many people just skip over it when they're starting to trade. They're like, "Oh, let me worry about the strategy. Let me worry." The strategy's like 10% of trading. Understanding your emotions and understanding risk management is like the other 90%. Thank you, Chug. Let's see. One tick. One tick. Come on. I swear to God, if this does a hit no fill with me today, I will be pretty annoyed. We know that's happened in the past with me. And one thing to remember is your take profit levels with the algo act as resistance and support level. So that's something to really pay attention to. Dude. Would have failed. There we go. We have 762 for the day. And we don't need to take 20-30 trades. Like, I see traders taking like 20-30 trades or like even 10 trades, and I'm like, dude, that's too much. Just wait for the proper move, get in, get out, and you'll be happy. Because trying to go for a lot more trades, not the best. Again, take profit level 3 in this case will be at 35.14. When I used to trade 3 contracts, I would just take 1 off at each one. But right now, I dropped down 2 contracts because I don't like the way the market is. But again, this trade took some time. Sometimes it takes like 10 minutes, sometimes it takes 5 minutes. Today's trade, the average trade time was 38 minutes. Profit of 762. Net, obviously after commissions, is 755.10. Yeah, obviously you're going to have a 100% win rate. But yeah, guys, just got to keep focused and wait it out. And yeah, that's exactly why, Chuck, that I made that course, right? Because I explained like people risk management and everything. I explained the strategies and everything, but then I also made it a key point to say, hey, understand trading psychology, understand risk management, because that's really what's going to make the biggest difference for you, right? And people are just so excited to make their first dollar in the market that they don't finish everything. Now we're continuing to push up. We might get to the 35.14. I'll stay on the stream just for a little bit, just chat it out. Let's see if we can hit that level 3 target. Yeah, Chuck, completely agree with you, man. Like, it's your win rate doesn't really matter when when you're profitable, right? Because it's like it's really understanding your win, because you can make big, right? You can make $1,000 on one trade and then be losing like only $100 on every other trade. Your win rate might be completely like, oh, 30%, but guess what? Your winners are like, you're getting 5-to-1 risk to reward, so that'll work out. And that's a thing that most people don't get taught and they don't understand, and that's where some people have issues. We are seeing some price falling just a little bit, but let's see if we can hit that level 3. Okay, that's good. But yeah, taking 40 trades is a lot. That's the one reason I built the system out as well, right? Reduce the amount of trades, get the optimal setups. Don't let your brain confuse you. Did you build your algo out on your trading, like on the trading view platform, or did you build it out on other things? Yeah, that's too many trades for me, man. 27 trades is a bit too much for me. I guess you're going for more for scalps, right, Chuck? Oh, that was back testing. Okay. What platform did you build your algo out on? Oh, TradingView. Okay. I mean, if you ever want me to check it out and see if there's any tips that I can provide, let me know. Happy to help. There's a lot of orders disappearing on the dome, guys. Been noticing that. There's a lot of big orders coming in and out. But we should be able to hit that 35.14. How does it draw the fib out? I can't answer that because I mainly just, you know, build the system that, gets the profit trade, but then I had coders help me out with actual coding part. Yeah, I think it might take a little bit more time for that to hit the 35.14. That take profit level 3-4 is right. I'll show you on my screen real quick. 35.14 would be our final move. I mean, if you're just waiting it out with one contract the whole time, that's 15 points, 15.75 points to be exact. But yeah, I know some people got in the trade and they're still holding, so hope they win out. Hopefully they get hit on the third profit level and they can, exit their trade and be happy. That's a nice move. We should be able to hit it, no doubt. The way the market's structured right now, it's nice, it's smooth, it's picking up. But I think I'm going to call it a day, guys. No reason to sit in the charts when you're already up. No reason to give away our profits, right? I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you're still trading, have a wonderful day. Enjoy your trades. Like, bring in some profits. And yeah, peace out, guys.